Hey guys, Alex here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about Star Citizen, the development, all the accusations that we had so far, from articles to idiots like smart and scum like that. And uh, well, yeah, I'll touch on a few subjects, but I just want to give you a bit of my point of view and where I'm coming from regards to Star Citizen and why I'm such a big fanboy, you can call it. I am a huge fan now, and I have a huge trust in that company as well, and that's what I want to get into today here and explain it a bit, because I got insulted also in comments and also on some of my videos that I should stop sucking Chris Roberts' cock so much, and that I'm blinded by the game because I'm hyped and so I don't see anything around it and so. But you know that many Star Citizen fans are being called cultists and whatnot, because of the support and. Well, you can call it hype, but it's not hype in that sense, at least for me, because we know what we're getting. We're following the development. We seeing weekly informative videos, monthly reports of what is being done, what is coming in the future, what are the breakthroughs, what are the blockers, and so on and so forth. So we have a ton of information to base our opinion on. And of course, when you see CitizenCon, I mean, you know what? I was just thinking I should suck Chris Roberts' dick even more. And I'm not even gay, but after that CitizenCon demo, I honestly, everything I see now that is related to sci-fi, if it's a movie, if it's a TV series, even if it's a commercial, I see a ship flying or something and it's crashing into another ship, or they're boarding some other ship, I immediately think, holy shit, I'm gonna be doing that in Star Citizen. It's just, oh my god, I cannot thank him or them enough, CIG in general, to make my childhood excitement come back. I never thought that'd be possible. I'm almost 40 years old, for fuck's sakes, and to have that again because of them, I cannot thank them enough. Honestly, like that's just amazing. As I said, like everything I see, if it's going down to a planet, holy shit, I'm gonna be doing that. Explore a derelict ship in space. It's dark, it's scary, it's shitty, and I immediately think, holy shit, I'm gonna be doing that. And you name it. You can relate to it because you're gonna be doing it in Star Citizen. So yeah, let's stop the hype. Let's go into a bit of fact, because usually my videos also kind of sound sometimes like a fanboy projecting his hopes and dreams rather than presenting some facts and things that I want to show as well. See, I don't know the exact terminology now. Never mind. Let's just jump into it and then go from there. So let's start CIG as a company. You see, right from the get-go, when this game started, it was immediately said, listen guys, we need funding. That's clear. They had Kickstarter, but they need much more money if they want to make the game that they want to make. So if you buy a ship, it's for the support of development. Every ship you see now that you can buy for real money, you will be able to buy it with in-game credits, so you don't have to spend any real money on it. Spend as much as you can. If you just want to buy the base package, just buy the base package, so you get the game, you get Squadron 42, everything. I bought mine for 36 euros. I got Mustang, I got Star Citizen and Squadron 42 all in one for 36 euros. Basically 3 games in Squadron 42, because it's gonna be big as 3 separate AAA titles with awesome actors in it. Actors, there it is, actors in it, with great story, even though people say like, okay, they suck at telling stories, that's gonna suck. You don't know that. Maybe it will, but again, that's kind of more subjective opinion, because we have all we all have our likes and dislikes, so somebody might find the story awesome, somebody will find it boring or whatever. That's again a subjective thing, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint. But I honestly think that the story itself, it's going to be great. And even though it might, resonate better with some people than others, it's going to be a great story. And then the technology that has never been seen before. That's like not a debate, that's a fact. And if you don't believe it yet, that's fine. You'll soon see it for yourself. So there's no problem there. But what I want to go here is CIG as a company had a really honest and open dialogue with its customers, with not scamming anybody for their money, as you often see. Oh yeah, $100 million, those idiots giving so much money to them, they're fucking fooled and blind and dumb and whatnot. No, those people seen for the first time, or very, very rarely, let's say it like that, somebody honest and not a greedy scumbag as we usually have now in the gaming industry. And I can give you a shitload of examples. So if you look at CSG as a company, not knowing anything about them, you don't watch the ATVs, RTVs, you don't see the interviews, the developers talking, the Chris Roberts talking, Aaron Roberts, Sandy, Brian Chambers, all those people. You can see them literally in interviews where you have, and I talked about this before, at least for me, I love that because that personal feeling, I can see a person when he talks to, you can see so much more how he's saying things, how is he behaving, does he mean what he says, or is he just, saying it like, and stuff like that. So even if you don't look at that and just see the business model that they put on, it's a clear picture that this was not created for greed, for just getting money. Again and again through the last 4 years, every time it's repeated, guys, if you want to support the development, buy these big ships, buy these expensive ships. That's what they're there for. You're not giving money because that ship costs 100 euros and now you bought a fake ship, basically a virtual ship for 100 euros. You gave that 100 euros for development, and in return, we'll give you this awesome ship in game. So you're basically supporting us because we don't have a publisher, we don't have anybody that financed us. So we are just answering to you guys, and you're supporting us with that. Everything you buy now, you will be able to buy with in-game credit, so you don't need to buy anything, just the base package as you would any other game. And even that was much cheaper because you were supporting it early on. Already now you have it split up, $45 for Star Citizen, and then an extra $15 for Squadron 42, for example, or the other way around. So Squadron 42 for 45 and then Star Citizen for $15. So it already costs $60, where we all got it for 40, $30 even, earlier on. So there is that honest business model where it's said clearly why you are giving so much money, if you want to give so much money, if you're able to give so much money. And you had also these it's not contradictory, but these stories about giving people back their money that they invested. First of all, nobody is eligible for money back. There is no guarantee. That's first of all the Kickstarter itself, and that's then going further along when they continued their site and their selling of the ships. If you want to invest, it's your own risk. Be sure you want to do that, and be sure you trust us with that, because you have nothing to say about the development of the game. Like, that's a contract you have to check there a few times to be sure that you're giving this money and that's it. So if you're not sure, don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. And now you had this is again my opinion, formed on the last 4 years following these people. So you may agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I try to give you a few examples, but there's so many that I know I just won't be able to give them all. And some maybe smaller than the others that I maybe should mention, but you know what, it is what it is. So uh, you have really honest people gave money back for some people, and that started actually where you had people who had problems, who had family trouble, you know, maybe a disease happened, maybe somebody had cancer and suddenly they had big bills, or an accident happened, you know, a car accident or whatnot, so they had hospital bills and whatnot, and they had a lot of money invested in Star Citizen. So they contacted CIG, and they, of course, the decent people that they are, said, sure, we'll give you the money back, it's no problem. And then you have assholes coming and be like, you know what, I'm not happy with this, this is too long, I thought I'll get this, I don't have that, I want my money back. Listen, buddy, you're getting shit. You knew that from the start, and you have no right to be asking. But then, of course, you get, wait, you gave this guy money back, so I want. You know what I mean? And that's where the problem then came to be. And that's why also Star Citizen community gave shit to some of these guys, because they're in no right to be asking that money back. And you had people doing it for the right reasons, that they gave that money back, and of course it backfired in their face. But that's again another story. So let's move on from that. Uh, you have, as I said, this business model that just shows honesty from the get-go, you know, and it kept it. He even mentioned that on CitizenCon right now. Listen, guys, if you want to buy it, like they were selling Polaris, it's like $700. Jesus Christ, like for a ship. If you want to buy this ship, you're supporting the development. You will be able to buy this ship, and not only that, but these ships won't be able. You won't be able to buy them with real money once the game launches. You know, they don't want to have that. They don't want to have that pay-to-win aspect, and that was not the point, that the game turns into a pay-to-win thing. You know, oh what? I want to have a capital ship. Look, I'll give $1,000 and fuck it, I want to have that. But that's even not the point, because this game is totally different than your usual MMOs, if you want to compare it with that, because you have that leveling up and all that shit, so you kind of get an advantage after a while to other people and whatnot. This is not the case in Star Citizen, because there's just more about the experience. So what you want to be in the universe, and what you want to do. You know, it's not like the other guy that spent over 500 hours more in the game than you did. Is the same guy. If you go and shoot him in the head, he will die immediately as you would. He might have more stuff than you, but that's again another thing. That's his experience on what he did with it. So you have people comparing it like, oh yeah, he will have a saber and I will have a Mustang, of course he's gonna kick my ass. Well, then go just do a few trade runs and whatever and buy yourself that saber, you know, whatever. Like, it's really not a big deal. But again, that will just, I think, now incite more talk and controversy about that, and is it pay to win and is it not. This is not the point. If the game is, this is just my opinion on it. But yeah, so when you look at the CIG and all the complaints, there was mismanagement of funds. They fucked up Star Marine. They fucked up the Cutlass, and then they now screwing up the what's it called, Vanguard. First of all, like, this is game development, for fuck's sakes. When the Cutlass came out, half of, not even half, Jesus Christ, like 90% of the features that that ship was supposed to do, be it trading or that first aid variant of the Cutlass, or all the other, like, is it just scanning or anything, these are features that were not even figured out on paper, not to mention like put in the game as features. And you already put out a ship, and that ship was put out because of us, because we gave money, and that's why these ships were developed as a more priority than anything else, because that's where people invested money, and they wanted to see it. They wanted to have something in their hands. So you build a hangar and let people at least see their ships that they gave money for, right? But these ships are not figured out yet, because the features that we're supposed to do are still not figured out as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. They didn't fuck up anything. It's just developing. It's evolving like anything else. That ship was doing something a year ago that it's actually not supposed to do, for example. And that's just being a fighter. There was nothing else in the game. It's just fighting. Half of these ships have different roles and different things that they're supposed to do. And not only that, but there's so much depth in this game, that from components to subcomponents that you can then exchange and tweak and adjust and whatnot. So these ships will be so intricate and so different that just bringing them to that level would take time. There was no fuck up. This is just developing the game, for fuck's sakes. Stop seeing that. And that with the Star Marine, and that they outsource that game. Of course there's going to be mistakes made. You have people who got a lot of money. That's true, they got a lot of money, but that doesn't guarantee anything. That doesn't guarantee you that you're going to build up a proper company on it, or that you're going to hire the right people, that you're going to invest that money properly on equipment, on locations and whatnot. There's thousands of things you got to think of, and you got to all do it in a really short period of time, because there's a shit ton of people waiting for you to deliver them a game, and you don't even have you don't even have a place where to develop that game, not to mention all the other stuff that you have to figure out. So from that aspect, when you look what they have done in the last 4 years, not only did they develop an amazing game so far, uh, they built up a multinational company. And not only did they build up a multinational company, but what I see in it, it's just mind-boggling, because look at the people that they hired. I'm just blown away. And well, when people say all the shit about Chris Roberts, I don't know what kind of person he is. I can just watch the things around him that happened around this game, and the things that I can deduce from it. First of all, you have a guy that almost anybody who worked with him, be it 20 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever, jumped into it with no problems at all. That says a lot about him as a person. So these people actually like this guy. These people actually want to work with this guy. And then the talent that they brought in the company. Look at Brian Chambers, look at Sean Tracy, look at all these people. There's half of them we don't even know their names yet. Amazing group of people. You can go to Bar Citizen now and meet those developers and see what great guys those are. It takes a decent person to surround himself with decent people, because if you're a greedy asshole, you'll probably surround yourself with assholes. They might need not be greedy, but they're gonna be kiss asses, and these kind of people that will tell you all day how awesome you are, and just nod the head with everything you say, and be that kinds of guys. And this is another thing I want to bring it up, and this is already almost 20 minutes long. Who fucking cares? So look at when they had the Gamescom demo, for example, and you had everybody is tense, right? You were presenting something. This is like the moment where everything has to go right, right? And of course it doesn't, because it's a live demo. For example, then what any other company would do, they would pre-record it, pre-render it, tweak it a little bit, add a little bit more of the fancy scenes that will make it seem all really better and shinier, and featuring stuff that will not be in the game, but the game will look better with it, so you just fucking scam people and just blow smoke and mirrors up their ass. So every time they do it live. They sit somebody down, and you're gonna play it so people can see what we have working right now. And that's what you get. Like, there's no smoke and mirrors, no shit. And everybody stands, right? They're presenting that shit. It goes wrong. He can't get back into the freelancer because he jumped out to show people that he can go out on the planet wherever he wants, but he can't get in because the terrain is, still difficult. This is still in alpha state, so to speak. And the people that are playing it, they're not stiff and afraid of that monster of Chris Roberts, everything has to be his way. No, they're fucking joking around, even though shit just hit the fan. Everything went wrong, and you see them still joking around and feeling comfortable. That says again a lot about him, what kind of person he is. That means he's not gonna drill them after that. Why the fuck did you do that? Didn't you see we have problems? Why did you laugh there? Why did you do these emotes or whatever? Just when you know you're gonna get shit like that, you won't do anything. You're just gonna sit there and do as you were told. And that's just one example. I can name you so many more. And watch the last Road to CitizenCon, for example, and that's a really nice example. I should have mentioned that because there's one scene when they're sitting around that table in the conference room, and they're basically, looking at the demo and what needs to be done and what are the issues. And he's on a conference call with the guy, and you see next to him, oh my God, I forgot their names, two guys. He's talking to the guy, so it's kind of serious. He's repeating, "Listen, this is not. This has to be fixed or whatever." And these guys are laughing and talking to each other. This guy is like lifting something from the what? What am I doing with this? And see them laughing and just talking to each other, even though he's talking and they're in a conference room. I worked in a bank, for example. Try to do that in a conference room like that when you're on a conference call and all the CEOs or whatever are there, and everybody watches what they're saying or what they're doing, and then the CEO is actually talking with someone, and you start to joke around and talk with your buddy or your colleague or whatever. See what happens to you when you do that. I mean, these are just little things that show me uh, that what people are saying is just bullshit, and these guys are relaxed and they know they have. And this is another thing. Let me give you some other examples. Do you even know how many things we got from from stuff that weren't planned at all? So you had uh, people doing, and this is again how you hire people, what people you hire. And I mentioned that in my previous video as well, when Brian Chambers said I was hiring people and I had talented people come over, but they didn't have the passion for this game. So even though they were very talented, I didn't want to hire them. And that's also something very important, because a lot of things we see in the game came from talented people that did that outside their work or on their free time. That was not supposed to be what they were supposed to work on, but they were uh, let to be creatively free, so to speak. And not only that, but that was accepted. And what we got from that, one of the huge things we got, because the company lets its employees be creative and be free in that regard, is procedural planets. That was not planned. That was not supposed to be done. The guy responsible for it, or the two, three guys that were working on it, came to Brian Chambers, who told us about that. I wouldn't even know that. And he said to him, "Listen, I want to try this. I want to tackle this. I want to see with him." And he said, "Okay, yeah, sure." And he did it outside his work time. And not only that, but you can see the designers mentioning so many times, "Yeah, we were working on this, and then in my free time, I was kind of designing this thing, and I then showed it to Chris Roberts, and he liked it, and so we threw it into the game." Again, telling you how acceptable he is about his people being creative, about the atmosphere there. Now, you have also these uh, comments, "Oh yeah, they're worked to death, and it's a hellish atmosphere." Well, first of all, every game company works their employees to death, because the industry is just at that level where they work very hard. That's just and then this is the irony. Of course, you see a lot of comments saying, "Oh yeah, these lazy bastards! What they have to show for in 4 years? Yeah, this is all going to shit. Like there's already 4 years passed and they still haven't got a game out. So first of all, what the fuck do you want? Do you want to work them to death, or do you? Yeah, I even saw a comment. a guy on the road to CitizenCon, and he wrote, "Oh, this is how they're supposed to work every day, you know." Like they work themselves to death. You see there in the video, like I didn't get any sleep, and they're just, bugging out already because of the all the work that they done. This is how they're supposed to work. All that. Then we would get the game. Are you fucking serious? Like, who are these people? Who writes that shit? I mean, um, I get that there's kids who don't know shit about life and things, but come on, man. I don't know. Whatever. So I wanted to mention a few more things, but I wanted to mention a shitload of things. I wanted to go into business models a bit. I wanted to give you some examples how games that are motivated by greed, how those business models look like, or how those game features look like, and some are more obvious than others and whatnot. No Man's Sky, for example, the comparison that people make with Star Citizen, I just fucking hate that. That game was made by scumbags who were lazy as fuck and greedy as fuck and were motivated by greed. I did my research. I can do a separate video on it because I don't have time anymore here to talk about it. This is not just an opinion or just a fanboy hating on the shit. This is about a lot of stuff they did, and it's backed up opinion. That's what I'm getting at. So maybe another time I'll talk a bit more about it. For the end here, let's finish this video. It's almost half hour long. These guys, CIG, deserve all the praise they can get, and this is not even more about them, just them, giving the praise. They are already on their way to create a big name for themselves. This is just gonna be such an amazing title. Everybody's gonna know about it, and the technology that they're bringing is just out of this world. So they already building their name. This is not anymore about them. What pisses me off when people hate on them and talk trash about them is you are ruining it for us. You are ruining a chance that a game developer will see this, and instead of seeing unquestionable support, people loving the openness, the honesty, the the feedback with the back and forth with the community and constant, talking and engagement with your fans, that's something that maybe inspires somebody else tomorrow to do it like that again. And that's what is getting ruined here, because all we got from the gaming industry so far is blow up smoke and mirrors up their ass. They're gonna love it and they're gonna pre-order and we're gonna grab the money. Never mind that the game won't live up to what we showed. Fuck that. Just make an awesome trailer that has nothing to do with the game. In 50% of the cases, we just get these beautiful animations, where characters, like a movie trailer instead of gameplay, really. I hate those. I really started to hate those because I don't see anything from the game. You can, make that look freaking awesome, and then when you go into a game, it's like Minecraft. I mean, like games were 15, 20 years ago. You get these awesome trailers, but the game itself was something completely different. So the game industry is just been formed around that, smoke and mirrors up the gamers' asses, and they will pre-order and buy it, and then, who fucking cares if they like the game or not. Well, they do care in some cases, but you know what I mean. So this is our chance to show, listen, when we are treated this good and this honestly from a developer, we are gonna give you our support, and we're gonna give you, of course, our money as well. But yeah, if you're motivated by greed, you're immediately, a different kind of guy. So that's another thing. This CIG, Chris Roberts and Sandy Gardner, his wife was as much at fault, I wanted to say. I mean, responsible for creating this game as he is. She deserves as much, maybe in some cases even more, because the feedback, all the shows, all the insight we are getting to the game is all on her, and it's her doing. So we should thank her as much as we thank Chris Roberts or CIG. So at this point, it's more about our future as gamers. Do we want to support this kind of open and honest development, these dedicated and passionate people who are doing this to really bring us the best game they can. You can see that in every single one of them. Ask the people that were at Bar Citizens all over the world, in England, in Germany, that talk to these developers. Ask them what they think. They talk to these guys in person. If they are doing this out of love and dedication, and they're talented people. So yes, they do our support. Yes, I should suck Chris Roberts' dick even more. Probably all CIGs all the way. I'm not gay, so it's gonna be hard for me. But you know what? Fuck it. They're bringing something I never dreamed possible. So you know what? Bring it on. Fucking hell. If that's what it takes, yeah, that's what it takes. Fucking hell. I should maybe reevaluate my sexuality though. Something's not right here. So yeah, I'll finish on that note. You know, they deserve all the praise we can give them, and it's not even for them anymore. And I mean, it is for them. Please don't get me wrong, but this is also for our future. Maybe, just maybe, we can get some other developers that are doing. There's some developers I really love, and I think they are also doing this not just for the money. They want to bring best game possible, and that CD Project Red. And you can see that for any of you that have played Witcher 3, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the love and detail that went into that game, it's just phenomenal. So maybe, just maybe, we can get another developer in the future to be this open and honest, and just engaging with us. So this is as much for us as is for CIG to support them, and to, yeah, as I said, make a better future for ourselves maybe. So I'll end on that note. Thank you all guys for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.